Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Christine here from Freedom Physio. Thank you so much for pressing the play button and for joining me for class today. You're going to need a soft Pilates ball, one of these small little balls. If you don't have one at home, a firm pillow will do you really, really well. You can even take two pillows. So the more support you're going to have for this one, the better, because you're going to use it to lie back over to open up the front of our body. A little bit of background of today's class. We're going to be focusing on balance, and we're also going to be adding to our balance a little bit of a oblique kind of challenge. So you're going to think side bending, rotation, and balance. It's going to be quite an interesting one. If you struggle with balance at all, just keep a chair nearby or have the wall near to you so that you can hold on to something in case you feel a little bit off balance. Some days that does happen. All right, guys, let's get straight into it. See you on the mat. No distractions. Let's go. Today we're going to be focusing on a combination of balance as well as rotational movements. This stuff is so good. It translates to pretty much every kind of other sport you can imagine. So it's kind of like an all-round body workout, really. So we're going to meet together in standing, and we're going to take the focus to balance first. We'll ease into it though, don't worry. So I'm going to focus, I'm going to perch myself head on, so facing you initially, and as you find your spot on the mat, just bring your feet parallel hip width distance. So that's kind of important, especially for the balance component, that we root down into the feet and we connect to that base of support. So if you think about your foot, you've got the heel side, the big toe side, the pinky toe side, and that forms like a triangle. So you want to feel that triangle, that tripod on the left and the right sides equally, okay? So take a moment to just connect into that. You can close your eyes if you like. So if you had to take your focus from your feet and travel all the way up to the crown of your head, we'd want to try and get our lower back and our pelvis into a relatively neutral position. So we want to make sure that we're not allowing the lower back to arch and kind of like, poke your tummy forward. You want to think about gently closing your rib cage down in relation to the pelvis. Okay, lower back stays nice and long, like a long open highway. Okay, not like a puddle of water. All right. From here, guys, palms are going to face forward, so gently turn your palms forward. Roll your shoulders back and down. We're not forcing them down, we're just kind of allowing them to relax. Your collarbones are really, really broad. So imagine they were being pulled in opposite directions. You're getting broader at the collarbone area. And then tuck your chin down gently towards your chest. You don't want to create like a mega double chin, but you also don't want to let the back of your neck kind of hyperextend. And magnetize the back of your skull towards the wall behind you. Okay? Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then just take a second here to notice, maybe even closing your eyes. Notice where your weight distribution is now in your feet and trying to equalize it again. Perfect. Alright, so from here, we're going to shift the weight into our right leg. As you do this, don't let your right butt cheek poke out to the side, but rather press down into the right foot, into that right leg, lengthen out of the right hip. You can open your eyes, by the way, if they were closed, and lift up your left leg. So just feeling the balance. Very nice. Holding here for 10. So what we want to think of is almost like an energetic lift out of the hip joint. So the ball and socket joint on that right side, imagine the socket was lifting off of the ball, not compressing down onto it. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Take your left foot down, parallel hip width distance. Shift the weight, don't sink into the hip, but press down into the foot, lift and hold. Good. Very nice. Keeping that lower back in neutral. keeping the gentle tuck of the chin, the length through the back of the neck, really alert, really proud, really kind of, I'm here. Okay, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to transition again. So take the right foot down. Don't let your butt poke out to the side. Press down into the right foot. Lift off of that hip joint. So elongate, decompress. Left leg lifts. All right, now from here, you're going to see if you can keep your pelvis pointing forward. So you're not going to let the pelvis shift. Almost lost it. But you're going to take your left leg, open it out to the left, squeeze your bum, and then bring it back. Nice. So we're opening the door, closing the door. And this is really being controlled by your bum, okay, and inner thighs. Let's go for about 5. Hopefully my balance is going to be on point today. I tried to teach this last week Friday and my balance was so bad. So here I am again. 3. Keep decompressing out of the right hip, yeah? Don't sink into it. 2. And last 1. Shift. Take that left foot down. Press down into the foot. Decompress out of the hip. Lift the right. Nice. Okay, pelvis stays pointing forwards. And we're going to open the door. Close the door. Open the door. Close the door. So if you're like me, and it's kind of a common thing, big toe of your left foot might want to start lifting off the ground. Try and keep your big toe on the floor, okay? For 4, keep lengthening. 3, good. 2, keep the height of your knee constant, so don't let it sink down. Last 1, and then take it down. Very, very nice. Shake out the hips. All right, now this is going to look a little bit crazy, but you're going to balance one more time, and we're going to lift that left leg up one more time. So this time it's less controlled. I almost want you to try and throw yourself off balance a little bit here. So you're going to use your left leg like a little bit of a crazy squiggly thing that's just going to go all over the place. Don't hit your foot on anything, please. And try and throw yourself off balance. So, as if your left leg just got a mind of its own. Okay, keep on going. Let the right knee bend for 3, 2, and 1. Straight over to the other side. That's not like a real exercise. I just made that one up, but I do it quite often. And it seems to help with balance. So again, other side, you're going to try and throw yourself off, okay? But you're not going to actually lose that balance, okay? So go a little bit crazy. Do what you want to do. We're going to do a more kind of scientifically proven exercise that looks a bit like this later on. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Okay, so from here, you're going to take your right foot forward and your left foot back. Come into a lunge. All right. So the depth of the lunge is up to you. Depends on how your legs feel today. But obviously knee above ankle, press back through that back heel. All right, now we're going to add in a balance challenge here. So you're going to take your hands behind your head. Press your head into your hands. Otherwise, you're going to kind of end up in this kyphotic rounded upper back situation. So open and push back into your hands. Nice. Okay, so from here, get a little deeper into that front knee if you could. All right, and then you're going to try and side bend over to your right. Okay, so towards the front leg. And then bring it back. Side bend towards the left. Try your best to not let the hips and the pelvis kind of drift from side to side here. Just the rib cage moving on a fixed pelvis. 5. Good, and 4. you tend to kind of have tightness in the lower back, just make sure that you're not flaring the ribs here. Okay, so rib cage to pelvis connection is important. 3 and 2 and 1. Bring it to center. We're not done yet. We're going to add on a little teeny tiny bit. So you're going to side bend over to your right. All right, then we're going to rotate towards the right. Something very interesting is happening on the floor to your right hand side. Rotate. Press your head back into your hands and squeeze the elbows wide. Come out of that rotation, straight over to the other side. So rotating to the left or side bending and then rotating. Again, press your head gently back into your hands, elbows wide. Coming back. Let's try for 2 more of those in total. So it's going to be a side bend, a rotation. Remember, you're magnetizing the back of your skull up towards your hands. Back through center, side bend, rotation. One more time. Your legs should be burning. Beautiful isometric hold here in the legs. Isometric means your muscle length isn't changing. Last time. And then back through center, release your hands. Big step forward with the back foot. You can shake it out. And then we go straight over to the other side. Great job. So we're going to use these rib cage movements later on when we do ab work. See if you can kind of feel them as we do it in standing and lying down. All right, hands behind your head, bend into the front knee. Okay, feel the tripod in the front foot. Press back through the heel of the back foot. Close the ribs in relation to the pelvis, and then side bend to the left. Okay, first we just do the side bend, so we're going to go for 6 in total. Good. Very nice. If you're like me and your neck wants to be your core, just keep that chuck of the chin and the lengthening through the crown of the head as you move, so you don't end up poking the chin forward, okay? And 3. You should feel balance, that your balance is challenged. 2 and 1. Very nice. So we're going to go back over to the left, side bend, rotate. As you rotate, elbows stay super wide. Gently press the back of your skull up towards the ceiling. Press back through your right heel. Bring yourself back through center. Side bend to your right. Rotate. Good. Watch the pelvis. So I'm more interested in you keeping your pelvis relatively steady. Keep on going, by the way. Side bend, rotate. Back through center. Side bend, rotate. More interested in that pelvic stability than the range of your rotation. 2 to go. Nice. If your balance is really struggling here, just take that on board. Last time. And finally, back over to the left. Last rotation. And then release your hands. Big step forward. Shake it out. Great job. Really, really great job. Okay, so I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see my side profile for the next one. We're back into a lunge again. Okay, so I'm going to put my left leg out in front. If it feels like it's easier to mirror me and you want to put your right leg out in front, that's cool. Just remember which leg you're using. Bend down into your front knee. Press back through the back heel. Awesome. So we're going to mimic like a slow motion running situation. So if I was running and my left leg was out in front, my right arm should be forward. Okay? All right, so see if you can find that as if someone just stopped you in space. Cool. Cool. From here, you're going to press down into the front leg and you're going to lift the back leg up. As you do this, left arm comes forward. Take a moment here. As you take your back leg back again, obviously you need to bend your front knee. Front knee is going to bend as a result of your hip stabilizing you. Okay, so think hip stabilizes as I lift off. Hip is going to stabilize as I take my leg back and bend my knee. Okay, let's try for about 10 of these. Probably already done a couple, so probably got about 6 to 7 more. And lift. So a lot of the time when we do stuff like this, we just want to count the reps. So it's like, okay, I've got 10 of these to go. Let me get them done as quickly as possible. But for balance, it'll be more worth your while to go slower and do maybe fewer reps than it would be to really rush through it. Last 2 on this side. Slowly coming down, really almost taunting the floor with that back foot. And up. Last time, take it back. Good, and hold in your lunge if you can. So you're staying in your lunge position. All right, bend into that front knee a little deeper if you can. Okay, reach your arms forward. All right, imagine you were holding a ball in your hands. So the palms are going to be facing up. From here, you're going to rotate to the left. Open up. And then close it back down. We're just going to the left here now, okay? So to the left, as you rotate, imagine someone was picking you up from the top of your head and you were getting taller. So rotation and lengthening through the crown of the head. Let's go for 5. As you rotate, just watch any crazy stuff in the hips, okay? And 4, rotation, lengthen. And 3, rotation, lengthen. And 2, are you feeling your front leg yet? Hope so. Last one, rotation, lengthen. Big step forward with the back foot. Bring it to center. Great job. Okay, so obviously swapping over to the other side now. I'm going to be rotating away from you this time. So front leg now, obviously the opposite leg. Press back through that back heel. Right, so you're not here, you're there. And if my right leg is in front, left arm's going to be in front. Okay. From here, press down into your front foot. Lift the back knee up, pause. Think about how slow can you get that back leg to the ground again. How much control can you use to get the leg forward and up, and without collapsing into your right hip joint or your right knee? How slow can you take it down? And take it up. Good. Without collapsing, without chancing it, how slow can you take it down? Okay. Imagine you could take your back foot to the exact same spot every time. Being aware of what's behind you. Last 2. And almost lost it on that one. And up. Last time, you were taking it down and holding. Good job. Really nice. Once your back foot's down there, see if you can bend into that front knee a little deeper. Feel that leg work and reach the arms forward again. Close the ribs down in relation to the pelvis. Right arm rotates open to the right. As you rotate, you're lengthening. Press back through the left heel and bring your right arm forward. Open up, rotate, and close it down. Open up, rotate, lengthen, and close it down. 2 more to go. Rotate and lengthen. Keep the ribs closed. Keep the idea of going up, up towards the sky. Last time, rotate. And close. Beautiful. Big step forward with the back foot. Shake it out. Okay, so we're going to come back into the lunge. I know, again. One more time. We're going to add in a little bit of rotation. And it's going to involve a little bit of ego management. So don't worry if this time your rotation feels way less than it was in the previous, in this what we've just done. But just feel your actual rib cage move, okay? So left foot out in front again. All right foot back behind. Manage the depth of your lunge. Okay, depends on how much energy you have. Now this time we're in a James Bond movie. Okay, so you're gonna interlace your fingers. You can reach your index fingers out in front, thumbs up. Okay, like a little water pistol. Reach your arms forward. Relax the shoulders down. We're not forcing them down. We're just making sure that the neck's not like cramped up. Okay, pelvis points forward. Now you're gonna reach your water pistol up to the top right-hand corner of the room. And see if you can look up to the top right-hand corner. When we change our gaze, that's where the balance gets challenged, right? It's part of the balance system. And then you're going to take your pistol, your water pistol, trace a line down to the bottom left. Okay? Let your torso move. Top right. Bottom left. So you're drawing one half of the letter X. You can use your imagination here. Imagine you were like, I don't know, fighting aliens or zombies or something. Scanning the horizon. Anything is possible in 2020, right? Last 3. And down. So we're working our balance by challenging our visual stimuli, our eyes, our input that we're feeding through our eyes, changing our head positioning. Last time, take it down, and then bring those arms through center. Same arm kind of position, but they're reaching forward, okay? This time, both arms are going to rotate again to the left. Bring it back. To the left. Bring it back. Now you'll notice you're probably not rotating as much as you did before, but that's okay. Feel the ribs move. Keep the pelvis pointing forward. 3. Good. If you've got more juice in the tank, get deeper into the legs. 2, because you're almost done. On the last one, you're going to hold the rotation. You're going to pulse into that direction for 10, but close the ribs, lengthen through the crown of the head. 8, 7, 6. Make sure your front knee is not caving out to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, big step forward. Amazing. Okay, I just don't want to rotate away from you this time, so I'm going to change my direction, but you guys obviously don't have to change, okay? So right leg out in front, left foot back behind. Make sure you're doing the opposite leg now. Cool. Press back through that back heel. Bend down nice and deep into the front knee. James Bond movie. I'm going to get Mr. Bones. All right, so from here again, we're going to go top left. So as I do this, I don't want to like back bend like crazy. Try and find that rotation movement. Reach up, bend down a little deeper into the front knee. Make sure the knee's not caving in. And then trace a line down, bottom right. Top left, bottom right. So this stuff really translates well to tennis, hockey, all those kinds of, how can I say, those kinds of sports. But literally, packing the top cupboard, reaching for something. These things translate so well. Last 2. And last 1. We bring the arms forward, still in the James Bond movie. Relax the shoulders down. Rib cage rotates to the right. And bring it back. And rotate to the right. Bring it back. Now, if you're like me, this side feels like so sticky compared to the other side. Just take that on board. Maybe this feels really free to you on this side. Just notice where your body likes to go. And try and relate that back to maybe patterns in your daily life. Last 3. and 2. Last one, we rotate and hold, soften the shoulders and pulse. 10, 9, 8. Think about lengthening. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Big step forward. Shake it out. Whew. Okay, so the good news is we're flying through this stuff. Well, maybe even better news for some, bad news for others, is we've got one more leg exercise to go. And this is really an exercise that we would use in a physio setting to test for ankle instability, actually. So what you want to do is we're going to balance onto our right foot. Okay. Again, we want to watch for that hip poke thing that we spoke about in the beginning. Lengthen out of that right leg. I might move a smidge further forward. I need a bit more space behind me. And I want you to imagine a point north in front of you, south back behind you, east and west. And you're going to use your free foot to try and tap as far in those 4 directions as possible. So we're going to, and you have to try and keep your hands on your hips. Okay, if your hands do this, you actually have to start again, but I obviously can't see you. But try your best to keep your hands here. Okay. So balancing on your right foot, you're going to extend your free leg out as far forward as you can, bend into your right knee and tap the ground. So my foot went out of the screen, but I'm tapping the floor. And then I'm going to take it out to the side. My knee never caves in, okay? I need to make sure of that. Out to the side, bring it back. Then we go back behind. Reach as far back into the unknown as you can. And then we cross behind the front leg and reach as far over in that direction as possible. Okay? Let's try for about 4 to 6. Okay? 1 equals a full round of tapping all 4 points. Okay? Take your time. Nice. If you've ever had any ankle injuries or even knee or hip injuries, this is called the STAR excursion balance test, and it's a really good diagnostic test to test for unstable ankles. So if you're really struggling with this, you need to practice this more often. Okay. Good. 2 more rounds. I had ankle surgery about 4 years ago to repair my ankle ligaments, and I had to do a lot of this kind of stuff to get my balance awareness back. Okay, last time, and you should start to feel a burn either in the hip or in the foot. Okay, foot muscles will fire up if they maybe are a little bit weak, so that can be a possibility that the feet muscles are a little bit weak. Well done, great job. Shake it out, and you go straight over to the other side. All right, we're ready. This is my ankle surgery side, so I'm always a little bit like, oh no, is this going to be okay? Or am I going to be able to perform this correctly? All right, so we take it forward and out to the side and back. Nice. Taking as long as you need to really feel where you're going. Nothing is left to chance. All right? Nice. And the cool thing about this is it also works your ankle joint range of motion in a position called dorsiflexion, which means pulling your toes back towards your shins. So this active dorsiflexion in the ankles is really good to train if you like to go to the gym and do stuff like squatting. Is anybody else also so tempted to just stick your tongue out? This is when all the funny little facial expressions come out. Last time. Challenge your reach of that free foot. So really see how far can you get it out to the side. How far can you get it back behind you? I've got a wall behind me, so not so far at all, but last position, take it out and bring it back up. Amazing. Really, really well done. So your nervous system should be super fired up. You should be super warm. We're going to grab our pillow and we're actually going to lie all the way down now. So, or your ball, depending on what you've got. Okay, so in terms of where you're going to position your pillow, and if you've just got one, maybe double it up so it's a little bit firmer. You're going to place the pillow between your two shoulder blades and maybe a little bit lower, okay? You'll have to feel out the optimal position for yourself once you're lying on it. So I've got the ball underneath me, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to support my head in my hands. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. My bum is on the ground. Okay, I don't want to see any hovering bums. And then take your head back. So depending on how tight you are at the front of your body or how mobile your spine is, you may or may not be able to get your head and your elbows onto the ground. Okay, don't worry if you don't get there, but I want you to try and be able to relax in this position. So if you need less support from your pillow, then adjust it now so that you can actually get your head onto the ground. When I've taught this stuff in real life, a lot of the time I see people putting the ball underneath their actual lower back. This is definitely not what you want to do. So if your ball is underneath your lower back, move it up to between the shoulder blades. Okay. Once you're happy with your position, take a nice big inhale here for me at the bottom. As you exhale, you're going to bring your chest forward into a crunch or into flexion. And as you come forward, I want you to imagine your rib cage going down as if it's going to pierce into the ball. And then as you lie back, feel your rib cage open up. Feel your rib cage close down as you come forward. Feel your rib cage open up as you extend back. That's it. So depending on what you're on, if you're on a ball or if you're on a pillow, if you're on a really thin pillow, this is going to mean that your abs are going to work really hard. So you might need to take a couple more breaks if you're not on a super supportive surface. Otherwise, 6 to go. Good, and 5. So initially, this shouldn't feel all that much. It should just feel like a mobilization, really. Shouldn't feel that much abdominal work. Again, depending on what's behind you. 2. And on the last one, you're going to bring yourself forward into flexion, and then I want you to stay in flexion. Okay, so you're staying up in your flexion. From here, you're going to take your left leg into tabletop position. Just make sure it's your left leg, okay? From here, make sure that you don't roll into your right butt cheek, but you keep your left hip on the ground, okay? Rotate your right elbow towards your left knee, so it's opposite elbow, opposite knee. Unravel, and then take your head and your foot back down. Inhale. We go straight over to the other side. So flexion. Right leg to tabletop, left elbow towards right knee, and then slowly take it down. Inhaling back, exhaling forward, lift, rotate, slowly take it down. Keep on moving from side to side. So do you remember that rotation that we did in standing when we were in that lunge earlier on, that we were side bending and rotating? See if you can find that kind of rotational movement here. As you rotate, you're taking your shoulder blade up and over to the other side, keeping the elbows nice and wide for 4. The hauntings of abdominal burn should be building in you. Maybe more than the hauntings. Maybe it's really burny already. Last 3. And 2. Very good. And last one. Amazing. From here, inhale, extend back over the ball. Take a moment. Or you're extending back over the pillow, whatever you've got. Exhale, bring it forward into flexion. Hold. Okay. Left leg to tabletop again. From here, right elbow towards left knee. And we're going to stick with the side, okay? You're going to rotate, and then as you come out of your rotation, stretch your left leg forward, extend back over your pillow or your ball. Exhale, bring it up, twist in towards the knee, and then inhale, take it back to the ground. Exhale, come up, rotate. We're staying on the same side for 10. You should have at least done about 3, so we've got 7 more. Rotate. Inhale, feel the elastic at the front of your body stretch, and then feel the elastic at the front of your body recoil. Inhale. Exhale. Good, last 3. And lift and twist. Good. 2. Lift and twist. And 1. Lift and twist. Place that left foot down. Extend yourself back over the ball. We're going to literally repeat what we've just done. Inhale at the bottom on the other side. Exhale, bring it into flexion. Right leg to tabletop. Left elbow twist towards right knee. Good. As you extend back over the ball, stretch your right leg forward. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale to extend. Exhale, lift and twist. So as you go about this, the non-moving leg, so your left leg, the foot that's on the floor, just make sure that your toes are on the mat and that your knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. 3. You can still feel both pelvic halves on the ground. You haven't hiked one hip up. 2. Last time, and lift and twist. Good, and extend back over the ball or your pillow, whatever you've got. Well done. All right, my friends, we're not done yet. I will say this though, if you're struggling having a pillow or a ball behind your thoracic spine and you're dying to get rid of it and your lower back is sore, then get rid of it, okay? That does sometimes happen to people. Otherwise, if you're happy to keep going with the ball there, then definitely do. From here again, you're going to come forward into flexion. Again. Okay. And then left leg this time is going to go straight up towards the ceiling. All right, so no longer a bent knee. From here, again, rotate right elbow towards that left knee. It's the same kind of movements in the torso. Good. From here, you're going to lower your torso down, untwist, and lower the leg. Exhale, lift, twist. Inhale, lower, lengthen. Exhale, lift, twist. Good. Let's go for 5. So the leg is not really resting on the ground. You're just letting it hover. Last 3. Non-moving leg. Just watch that it's not doing anything funky. 2. Last one, guys, we're going to hold that left leg up in the air, okay? So lift and hold. Take your right hand away from your head, reach it up towards the big toe. So you're trying to reach for it. This time you're going to try and rotate, rib cage rotates, and you pulse up towards that big toe. Good. So my right arm is reaching and I'm rotating to the right. As I do this, I'm grounding down through my right butt cheek because I don't want my right hip to hike up as a compensation. 5 and 4. Big toe of the right foot on the mat. 3, 2, last 1, and then take it down. Lower yourself all the way down. We're going to go straight over to the other side, okay? Then you get a nice break, and then we get rid of the ball. From here, exhale, lift up into flexion. Right leg reaches up towards the sky. Good. Left elbow twists towards right knee. Take a moment here. Just make sure that your left bum cheek is not lifted away from the ground, so you're still neutral in your pelvis. Okay? And then you're going to lower the leg, lower the torso. Inhale. Exhale, lift, twist. Lower, lower, lift, twist. Lower, lower, lift, twist. 6 more to go. So again, as you lift and twist, keep your left hip on the ground. Okay? Lift, twist. Last 2, and then we've got the hold. Lift, twist. Last 1 down. Lift and twist and hold it up. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Okay? And as you rotate, you almost want to pick that left shoulder blade up away from the ball or the pillow as you rotate. So you should feel left shoulder blade, left side of the rib cage come up and over. Right shoulder blade digs a little deeper down into your pillow as you rotate. 4, 5. Left butt cheek on the floor. 4. Hang in there, guys. 3. Almost there. 2. And last 1. And take it down, extending back over your pillow. Again, if you want to get rid of it, just get rid of it. But if you can, keep it there for a little longer, and use this time to extend your legs out, get your head to relax on the ground, and extend your arms back behind you. Breathe into the front line of your body. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. As you breathe and as you lie here, really think about picking your rib cage up away from your internal organs. You know, they always say like sitting is the new smoking. One of the reasons why it can be negative, like it can affect us negatively, is just because of the pressure exerted from the rib cage down onto our viscera. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Coming up off of the ball, off the pillow. Great job. Okay, so we're doing really, really well. We're going to get rid of this thing for a little while, so just place it off to one side. But we're going to lie down again, okay? So all the way down. It should feel really nice, having nothing behind you. Hands are going to relax alongside your body. Okay, find neutral in your pelvis and in your lower back. So take a couple seconds for that. Rib cage softens down, back of the neck is long, chin is tucked, shoulders are relaxed, collarbones are broad and wide. Take your legs up into tabletop position. One leg up, other leg up, and we're just going to hang out here and breathe. So holding your neutral, can you find a full big belly breath in and a complete exhale? Without tensing the neck or the shoulders, can you take that focus to your core? Alright, from here, adding in a single leg swap. So you're going to take one foot, gently tap it down to the floor, bring it back up, and then swap straight on over to the other. Good. So here, I mean, you guys know, this is one of my favorite moves of all time, purely because you can be so pedantic, you can be so strict about your lower back and your pelvic positioning here, and this is where you get your eye in. Let's go for 5. If you're doing it properly, you should really feel your tummy. 4, 3, 2, and last time. Good. Hug the knees in briefly, little rock from side to side. Good job. Okay, so we're going to take it up to the next level. If the next level is too intense, you stick with what we just did, okay? But try and take your legs back into tabletop position. Hands behind your head, elbows into your peripheral vision. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come forward into flexion, into your crunch. You're going to stick with the single leg swap, so same movements in the legs. But as you move through the legs, can you add in a little bit of a rotation through the upper body? So obviously we don't have anything behind us now. Find that rotation, find the shoulder blade movement, find the rib cage movement. Let's go for 9, 8, good, 7, 6, you can still feel your tailbone, that's your anchoring point. 5, 4, keep going, 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Hug the knees in. Keep them close, and you're going to use the hug to then become like a little ball, roll up into seated. Amazing. Good job. So coming onto all fours, just for the last little bit here. You guys are almost done. Can you believe it? So onto all fours just for the last bit. Just doing a little wardrobe adjustment there. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Press down through your feet so you can feel the connection of your toes at the back of your feet into the floor. Spread your fingers nice and wide and just make sure that you actually do have your shoulders above your wrists here, okay? Cool. So initially, pelvic stability, think about that. But you're also going to press the ground away and stretch your left arm forward. Hold for a beat. I want you to feel your tummy here. I'm hoping that you do. So if you don't, press down into your feet a little bit more. Then take that left hand down. Swap straight on over to the right. Good. Keep reaching through the fingertips and then take it down. We're going to just do 4 more like that, and then we're going to add on a little bit. Good. Last 3. Just so you know, we're going to add on a rotation. And that's going to tempt your pelvis to rotate as well. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. So 2 more straight ones. Last one. Both hands come down. Now press the floor away a little bit more. Reach your left arm forward. Don't let your pelvis move now. As you draw a circle with the left arm, reach that left arm back towards the wall behind you. Try not to pull your bum back towards your heels. Keep the hips above the knees. Reach that left arm forward again and take it down. Other side. Reach the right arm forward. Stretch it forward. Keep reaching back. Reach to the ceiling. Reach it forward. Take it down. Okay, and other side. Reach. Don't just lift the arm. Reach. And take it back. Good. Take it forward. And down. And to the right. Reach it forward. Reach it up and back. Reach it forward. And take it down. Last time on each side. This should be strangely tiring. Press the floor away. Reach the left arm forward. As you open up, press the ground away through that right arm a little more. Reach it back. Reach it forward. And take it down. Last time. On the right. Reach it forward. Take it back. Reach for the back wall. Come up, and forward. And take it down. So good. So from this position now, open your knees, bring your big toes together to touch, and take your bum back towards your heels for a well-deserved shell. As you breathe here in your shell, can you focus on breathing into the muscles that just worked? So you should feel around your rib cage, wrapping around your body on the left and the right sides. Your obliques, your lats, your serratus anterior. Breathe into those muscles. Breathe into the back line of your body and all the way down into your lower back as well. If your happy enough staying here, then stay here. If you want to go from side to side in your shell, then we're going to take both arms over to our left. Just allowing the right side of our body to lengthen. Breathe into that right side. Breathe into the space between each rib. You can use your contact with your right hand flat on the floor to push down into the ground as if you were pushing the floor down and away. Use that to create extra distraction, extra space between the ribs. One more breath here. And then we walk our hands over to the other side, so both arms over to the right. Using your contact that you have with your left hand on the floor, press the floor down and away. Breathe into the left side. Last 2 breaths here. And then bring yourself back through center and all the way up. Great job. Alright, we're going to stretch it out and then I'm going to let you guys go. So we're going to bring our legs out in front into a pancake position or straddle. So this kind of position here. Now if you struggle to be in this position pain-free, then you can always sit with your back against the wall or sit on top of a pillow. That can be quite nice. From here though, really simple. Ground down through both sit bones, so both bum cheeks on the floor. Take your right hand down towards your right leg, wherever you can reach, if it's your foot or your shin or your whatever, it doesn't matter. But you're keeping your chest open towards the front, so you haven't rotated towards your knee just yet. It's a side bend, okay? So side bend, and then open up the left arm towards the ceiling. You should have a really long line of stretch from all the way down on that left side to that top, to that hand on the left. Ground down through your left hip. So think about pushing your bum on the left down into the floor a little bit more. Good. And then from here, if you wanted to add on, we're going to keep the side bend. You're going to rotate towards the knee. You might be able to tap your toes with the fingertips of your left hand and then open up towards the sky. Rotate towards the floor. Rotate towards the sky. Let's go for 2 more. If your right elbow is in contact with the mat, use that so that you don't collapse into your right side. So press down into that right elbow. Last time. Good. And then once you've rotated, square off to the right leg. So chest stays lifted, melting yourself over that left thigh. Keep the right, that over the right thigh. So keep your left bum cheek pressing down into the floor. Mirroring everything is a little bit tough. Lefts and rights. And then you're going to walk yourself slowly up your leg to the other side and then you're done. Okay? Lengthen up. Left hand, left leg. So pure side bend. Okay? If your elbow can get to the ground, that's a bonus because then you can push down into it so you don't just compress. Once you're in your side bend, reach your right arm up and over, but press your right bum cheek down into the floor so your sit bones are grounded. Feet stay active. Okay, so don't let that back foot or that right foot turn towards the floor. Try keep the toes up. Very nice. Hopefully this feels really open. And then you're going to rotate down. Press down into that left elbow so you don't compress. And then open up. rotate down, and open up. 2 to go. Rotate down, and open up. Last time we rotate, and we're going to hold, square off to your left leg. Again, just watch at the toes of the right foot, don't turn in. So you're keeping them pointing up. Holding for 5. Lift the chest, 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to walk ourselves up the knee, up the leg. Bring your legs together. And my friends, you are 100% done. So thank you so much for joining me today. That was really, really awesome. Hope you enjoyed it. You should feel like the sides of your body have just been activated, and your abs as well. So should be a few new sensations if you're not used to those kinds of movements.